Hi, I'm Ashley Appap.
And I'm Hayley Tanto.
Welcome to Call an Adult, a Pretty Little Liars recap podcast.
Each week we'll dive headfirst into the absolutely bonkers world of PLL as we recap the iconic series.
Where everyone is hot.
And no one calls an adult.
Let's go, bitches!
A. Hello!
Hello! From me and my moon boots.
Check it out. Check it out.
I look like I'm skiing.
I don't know which order, wait, I can say. We do explain
I've broken
Ash's
my
foot
toe.
on the Patreon, which is not even a good Patreon bait for anyone, but we do.
Patreon. Something like that. We are here.
Oh, that'll be out next week.
Okay, next week you will hear the detailed story if you want to hear.
If you want to hear all about Ash's broken toe, subscribe to our Patreon.
I will tell you the small cliff notes. A pane of glass slid off a magnetic surface that was supposed to hold it intact, and it went right on the top of my foot.
That is so feral. That's awful.
It's Fezza.
Fezza.
But for right now, I'm fine. I've got a moon boot on. I'm here with my girl.
And I will say Ash is zooming, dude. She's zooming all around the studio with this moon boot on. I forget you have a moon boot on until I see it on the table.
Well, I'll tell you who doesn't forget it. On my right hip because of the weight distribution.
Oof, true.
My glute sore.
You're going to have one fat as art cheek.
Art cheek. And it is a work of art.
And exactly. It's going to be like juicy. Yum.
Yum, yum, yeah.
And then the other one's just going to be,
flat pancake. Let's go. Anyway, that's what's happening. Also, we went away over the weekend with some friends to shoot a fun thing, and we really got Zoomin' into the lexicon.
We said it.
So
Katie,
much.
there was so much call an adult, like, phrases. We were doing so many phrases around the town and everyone was joining in, not knowing
we quietly
that they
indoctrinated
were dolls
them.
of the pod.
They have no idea that they're part of a cult.
You dolls would know.
You know.
Because you're dolls.
You've kept a secret.
Well, this one you'll save. You know what's crazy? Sorry. I finished the latest season of You.
Go.
I finished the latest season of You on Netflix. Love Penn Badgley.
Oh, I love him.
And the guy that plays Clayton, this is for any listeners, the guy that plays Clayton is actually like a Broadway star. He's in Sunset Boulevard with
Sunset Boulevard.
Nicole Scherzinger.
The main guy, Jamie, what's his name? He's incredible. I saw it. I saw that production.
He's like young.
He's young. He's hot. He walks through the streets.
I'm pretty sure he plays a Jamie in it. What's his
name?
Jamie Sunset Boulevard. Oh, what's his name in real life?
This is me filling time. Everyone, I'll update you on what Hayley's been up to because she told me before. She's been hanging out with Dale and Pud.
Oh, Tom Francis.
Tom Francis has
been playing Joe Gillis in Sunset Boulevard. A man called Jamie directed it.
That's right.
Okay. Wrote it. Oh,
so that man is the one that I saw when I saw it. And he was incredible.
You saw Sunset? Oh, wait, do I know this?
Yes.
Did you see Nicole Scherzinger in it?
Yes.
Do I know this?
Yes.
Did I react when you told me this?
Surely.
Is this how I reacted when you told me this?
I think so.
I am forgetting. I am learning things for the second time every day at the moment.
And that's a beautiful way to live, like a baby. Like a baby just born.
He's so hot. He's he's cute in You. I didn't find him like as hot as he is on Instagram and when I'm looking at pictures of him now.
You should watch, if you haven't already, the video of him doing the Sunset Boulevard song as he walks down. Okay, everyone. Fun other thing if you're listening and not watching. Hayley has a microphone that has a mind of its own. It's popping up and down, going all around town.
So he's nominated for a Tony.
As he should be.
For that. God bless. But because our Call an Adult Instagram follows Maya Rafiko, hottie girl from PLL Original Sin and Summer School.
Love her.
She's also in Hadestown, which is in Melbourne, so I want to see it.
Should we go?
Yeah, can we? I've only seen the clip of her as Eurydice like walking and it's like, don't wait for me. Yeah. And I'm like, great. You know we love a circle stage.
Mrs. Hamilton. I imagine there's so much of his
I built a library. Or an orphanage, sorry.
I built a library. And
they're dating.
It is Andrew Cunanan that we had an improv team called The Orphanage after.
The Orphanage. I
established the first private library in New York City.
Also, there is a library. No. It is the private orphanage in New York City.
That's me making fun of you.
What the fuck?
Stop the fuck.
Anyway, this hot guy is dating Maya Rafiko. So they're a hot Broadway couple, but also to me, they're a hot teen drama couple. Not that you's a teen drama, but you know.
We also must never forget, of course, 301 5 at last, when Renee Rapp was in a relationship with the guy that played Johnny from
Anthony Cipriani
from Original Sin. I believe the song in the kitchen is about him. Crazy. Also important. Renee Rapp stands. She's got a new album coming out this month.
Go on and listen.
I can't wait. I love her so much.
She's beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
But there's so many Broadway people in TV. Wow.
As there should be.
Which is because they're the most talented people of all time.
Absolutely.
They're crazy talented.
Miss Ariana Grande. Mr. Nicholas Jonas.
I was rewatching Broad City. I was rewatching Broad. Just I'm like, we should start getting into the episode. My last thing.
Should we?
Before there's a special thing. I've been rewatching Broad City.
Important.
Cynthia Erivo pops up.
Oh yes.
At Anthropology.
She works at Anthropology. Oh, with Abby when Abby's like she like busts in at night and tries to do like the visual merchandising. The VM if you're
and then she ends up working
up with
in
the
security.
lingo. Yes.
Obviously, all of you should like rewatch PLL, but I can only assume that you are rewatching it, listening to our pod. If you haven't, go watch or rewatch Broad City.
As a palate cleanser,
oh my God.
If you're one of the geniuses, one of the smart, great minds of today that are listening to this podcast and watching episodes alongside them, go ahead and add Broad City episode by episode as a palate cleanser for after your PLL episodes, all right?
It's so funny. I think season 2 and 3 are the real sweet spots.
Season 3, episode 1, the scene where Ilana gets stuck to the back of the truck
chain.
Is
yes,
the funniest. I laugh so much every single time.
I think it is 2 and 3 are the golden. They're the golden seasons of Broad City, but it's all so good. It's
incredible.
all so good.
Incredible.
Okay, that's a good catch up.
You know what else is so good? That we have received a package. We've received a package. Otherwise known as package.
Our first listener mail.
LM.
We haven't really given the option to send listener mail, so maybe more will come. And if you do have the intention to send us listener mail, dolls, let us know because I will set us up a PO box because I used my parents' one. So this has been in Australia for a month, but then my parents went away and it went to their postal box in a coastal town they live in, which is not close.
It went to the coastal postal.
It went to the coastal postal office.
Title of ep already. Haven't even talked about the Gurgles yet, but potential title of ep.
Title of ep. My parents would love that.
Coastal
they don't
postal.
Listen. Anyway, so a listener, Brock, thank you, doll.
Thank you. What
Brock
is it?
messaged being like, yeah, do you guys have a PO box? Can I send you something? And I'm like,
That's the sweetest thing in the world.
God. Yes.
I'm so excited. Okay. Neither of us have any idea what's in here, right?
No. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Well, first. Okay.
Drum roll.
This is the coolest thing ever.
Oh my God.
Let's go, bitches,
Oh my God.
So amazing.
Gotta frame that.
Love the red texter.
Got a photocopy so that we each have a copy.
Genuinely.
Thank you. Red texter, important.
We need to start decorating this set.
We really do. Every other podcast that records in here now takes down the things off the walls, makes the lighting different, makes it nice. We come in and we're real and we're raw. Okay, we've got broken bones.
Okay, so this was my theory.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
There's books.
There's books and they are Bob the Drag Queen's novels because Brock did message during our traders. We recapped the traders. Some of you loved that. Some of you were like, tell us when you're back to PLL. And I respect that.
We respect
Brock, you were in, we were chatting. And I think Brock was like, I am going to meet Bob the Drag Queen. And I replied being like, I am so jealous. Like Bob is truly one of my favorite Rue girls. Season 8 was the first season I watched and I was in love with Bob.
Are you kidding me?
We have signed copies of Bob the Drag Queen's novel.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No!
I'm going to cry.
This is the coolest thing ever.
Brock.
Let's go, bitches.
Let's go, bitches.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Give a minute. 1 second. I'm just getting up, everyone.
Okay, I was getting up before I asked her to throw something to me and it made it so not far at all. So she did
I
the
was
right
almost
thing.
going to make you get up and then I forgot.
Oh,
Oh my God, I can't wait. So it's Harriet Tubman live in concert, a novel by Bob the Drag Queen.
look at this.
Bob the Drag Queen signed this book.
Bob the Drag Queen.
Bob the Drag Queen. That is crazy. Brock, thank you so much.
This is so important.
Americans,
Thank
I guess
you
like
so
Ash, you
much.
go to America a lot now, which is nice, but we don't have access to the celebrities we love. We don't get to go to book signings. People have met Sasha Peterson.
We'll never know how to say it right.
I had it. But like some people have met Alison De Laurentiis herself at her hippie water events.
Every time I've gone, Doll of the Pod, Ali Sheen has been like, get hippie water. But for some reason I can't get in California. At least I couldn't every time I've gone. Anyway, we love you. Thank you so much, Brock.
Shaking.
And also the words are big enough, which for me is important. I'm never going to read a book where the words are not spaced far enough apart.
Oh, they're nice. And I have a hair appointment tomorrow and I need a new book to read.
This is important.
And now I'm just going to read this.
Dougie and I are going to the Otways in a few weeks.
Oh,
Need to read in nature.
I can't believe, Brock, I can't believe you met Bob the Drag Queen.
The Drag Queen.
Winner in our heart of the Traders kind of was out episode 4 or something. He played a big game.
I love this. Thank you.
But this is crazy. This is wow, this
important.
podcast worth it. Just kidding.
Just kidding, it's not. Is that what you said? It is so worth it. Thank
I feel
you
like
so
if it
much.
didn't cost, I don't know how much it costs to send things to Australia, but I do want to start a post box just so people can
Yes.
send us like this.
Honestly, if you want to send us threatening AU messages that are jokes and not really threatening,
I think I will open one. I will start one. I just didn't have time to do it when Brock was like,
And
do you have a
also-
PO box? I'm like, and I was like, Ash, do you have a PO box? You're like, no. And I was
No.
like, Mum and Dad, can I use your PO box
also we could
in the coastal postal town?
We should say postal. It is probably good that this was sent a month ago because that was before all the tariffs happened. So it was probably less expensive than it would be now, maybe.
I hope so.
So
God.
dolls, just send us a letter with a normal stamp. That might be the way to go if you need to. But also, if you want to send us stuff, you can. If you want to send us stuff, you can. But also,
Also, if you have signed books by drag queens we love, that's also pretty good.
that's pretty good. We love you
Or
all.
signed hippie waters. Is
I
that
don't
drug
think- I
smuggling?
don't think it's legal. Yeah, I don't think it's
Because
legal.
it's THC or
It's THC.
CBD or drug.
It drugs.
Spencer on the drug.
Spencer on the drug, us on that drug.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's tear through like the little mini segments we do before and just get into the episode, right?
Okay, let's go, girls.
I'll move this. What a FedEx.
What a great way to start. Okay.
That was crazy.
Everyone, we are here to talk about season 5, episode 4, Thrown from the Ride, which is, of course, what happened to me when I went to Adelaide Fringe and went on the ride that's like the scissors, and the cage came loose and I almost was knocked out of it and I had to hold myself up with my hands, and all my friends were on the other side having the best time ever, and I was there going, don't let go, don't let go. And got horrible bruises on my shoulders from pushing myself up so much on the seatbelt. So Thrown from the Ride, me vibes.
Also thematic with Whirly Girly.
Whirly girly.
So I've set up, if you're watching the YouTube, I have set up a little cage for myself with my Bob the Drake Queen book.
Can you move that a little bit closer to the letter? Oh my God, is there something inside it?
No, I think it's just, I think it's just the admission to the meet and greet.
I love
which is
that.
so cool. But there are little, and a bookmark. Oh, I love.
Oh my God, a bookmark.
Shout out to Left Bank Books, St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Where Andy Cohen's from.
Oh.
Tom Sandoval.
Important.
All right.
Can you just move the book a little bit closer to the, like in front of your laptop also? Is that possible? Yeah, perfect. There we go.
So it crops nicely for the
it'll crop
socials.
nice. Guys,
Okay.
this is an important app.
This is crazy. Sorry, this is so cool.
Thank you so much,
I love
Brock.
all you dolls. Brock, thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
really made these two Aussie dumb cunts so
ADCs.
You've made these ADCs, not ACDC, but ADCs.
No, ABCs, ADCs.
You've made us so happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Another thing that makes us happy, PLL. So let's
PLL.
go. This episode was directed by Janice Cook with an E.
Who?
Exactly. Hoopst.
Love.
What was that?
What was that?
Me asking who that is. And written by icon Maya Goldsmith.
Love.
This episode came out on July 1st, 2014. So happy birthday to you. If it's your birthday. Including happy birthday, Tate McRae.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. That was really good. That sounded really good.
It sounded good.
It sounded really good.
That played in Pilates. I love Greedy. That played in Pilates this morning. And I was like, I love doing Pilates to Greedy.
Say that. Sounds like that. Happy birthday to Princess Diana. May she rest.
The People's Princess.
The People's Princess. Happy birthday to Chloe. It says Chloe Bailey, but I don't see... Oh, I don't see her sister anywhere. And
are they twins?
Aren't they twins?
Are they?
Not me thinking everyone's twins that are sisters.
But you look it up.
Bailey.
You look it up.
Twins. No, they're not twins. It happened again. Me never knowing about twins. I'm thinking everyone's twins.
They're not twins?
No, they're not.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Pamela Anderson.
Oh, love Pammy.
Pammy, happy birthday, Missy Elliott.
I love music make you lose control. Music make you lose control. Let's go.
Happy birthday to Australia's own Daniel Ricciardo. Vroom, vroom.
Vroom.
Happy birthday to Liv Tyler.
Beautiful.
Happy birthday to you. Dan Aykroyd.
What? This is a big list.
It's a big one.
The fuck?
Happy birthday to... Don't recognise anyone else on the list. So, them and yourself, of course, is your birthday. Hayley, it's time to guess what was the number one song on July 1st, 2014. Here are your options.
Okay.
Was it Fever by the Black Keys?
Okay.
Was it Play It Again by Luke Bryan? Or was it Fancy?
Fancy, because I don't really know the other two.
Correct.
I know the bands, I know the artists from the other two, but I don't know the songs off by heart. Probably heard them.
How can you? In this town? Also, I saw in the last episode that was maybe 2 episodes ago now, or the last one, I can't remember, that we published on the YouTube, someone commented saying, I can't stop saying in this town because Ash said it so much. And she said my boyfriend or husband is so annoyed by it. And it made
I think that was Alexis.
Slay mama. But it made me laugh so much. I was like,
if I got that wrong, sorry.
Sorry. We love you guys though. We promise we love you.
In this town?
In this town?
We love you.
We love you. Speaking of this town being Australia, Hayley, what does Australian streaming service Stan have to say?
Australian streaming service Stan says, Mona makes plans for Ali's return to Rosewood High.
That's true.
That's kind of true.
That's the truth,
that
Charlie
didn't feel like
there's more
the
happening.
point of the episode, but maybe I wasn't watching it properly. I don't know.
That's definitely not the most important thing that happened. I'd say the most important thing was the lie continuing, but they're always lying. Anyway, let's get to the 12-year-olds.
12-year-olds, go on and say it.
Go on and say it. Okay. Ali attempts to regain the role of the leader of the group, but she finds out Aria, Emily, Hannah, and Spencer are not going to blindly follow her as they once were. What? Syntax.
Well,
while most kids are curious about what happened to Ali, Mona and her army are more focused on planning for Ali's return to school. After seeing Shana's funeral online, Gagu, Aria goes to Ezra for comfort. Meanwhile, Ali lies to the doctor about an injury. Veronica confesses to Spencer that after Ali went missing, Jessica tried to go to the police to accuse Spencer of doing something to Ali, and when Peter threatened her, Veronica became suspicious of him. Spencer arrives at Ali's, who tells her that Jessica had losartan in her system, which was for high blood pressure. But since she had low blood pressure, it made her heart stop working. Hannah starts to steal again. End of sentence. Spencer discovers losartan belonging to her father. After Paige's warning about Mona's army, Emily tells Ali that she should leave. But Ali says she wants to go back to school, even if there are people who want revenge on her, and finishes by saying that if they stick together, they should be safe. What a nap. What am I
Hannah starts stealing again.
My first note, Hannah with crazy dark streaks, because they're not crazy at all.
My first note is hat watch Aria in a grey bowler.
Okay, here's my next.
You can leave your hat on.
I've written hat watch. Aria in bowler hat, question mark, question mark. I did watch this episode with Doll, friend of the pod, Ali Sheen.
Did you scream?
Screamed.
I yelped.
I went, hat watch. And Ali said the following. That looks like if Barty Crouch Sr.'s hat was run over from the Harry Potter franchise.
Work.
And I agree.
And look, Lucy Hale can look pretty in anything.
Of course.
Lucy Hale is the original doll. Literally a doll. I think she's a doll that came to life. on Halloween or something. I don't know. She's literally a doll, but this I yelped because I was like, this is really scary.
It's a no from me, doll.
And then it's meant to be about, Hannah's pretty feral black tips, I will say.
They're
I will
lights,
say
really.
she's wearing they're black lights.
Yeah.
They are very they're
black lights, and they're going to show cum on the walls.
Yes, they're going to show. Yeah.
You can leave your cum
You
on
can
the walls.
leave your tips out.
You
Tips
can
out
leave
for the boys. Tips out for the boys. These black tips, because I think she's wearing, I don't know about this scene, but later she's wearing like a black cardigan. So they kind of blend into that. And truly it just, this kind of bob, like a long bob, shoulder length lob, if you will, on Ashley Benson is the perfect haircut for her. If there's anyone who watches Summer House, Lindsay Hubbard just cut her hair recently and she looks perfect in a bob. There are
Slay.
some people who need that. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. I need a bit off.
I think I have learned that
I think you're perfect with
I'm a
this
short.
hair.
Long
Yes.
hair. I've got a tiny little head and big broad shoulders. Drag me down if I got long hair.
Yeah.
had
I
long
disagree
hair for a
with
long
everything
time.
you just said. But as in
Scared myself with that noise.
But anyway, so like
hair
the
looks
black tips
incredible.
are like crazy, but to be honest, when they go, her hair is perfect in this lob.
And also, they're not that. It's just black tips underneath her hair.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really do that. Like she
Aria,
comes
you
to
walked around with a
school-
pink streak in your hair, brother.
Freak.
Get buried, bitch.
Get buried. I'd like to give a formal apology to everyone who watched the clip that I put on Instagram, where when we start talking about berries being food you eat, I didn't even clock that that's what we were talking about when I edited it, so I didn't change the spelling.
Wait, even in the moment?
Didn't notice until I saw you post.
So you
the
just
berry
said muffin
emoji.
coincidentally?
I was like, I guess we're talking about muffin. I
I
genuinely.
thought you were talking about like berry muffins.
No.
And I was like,
in the
great.
moment, I did.
Oh,
when I
cool.
was editing,
You were like,
I was like
buried.
and I spell check. I go over it so many times, and in my head, never once was I like, oh, look at us,
Buried.
so funny, so smart.
But it's still a pun either way, so it doesn't matter.
I'm an idiot.
It doesn't matter.
Back to the girls.
Okay,
there's some kind of like book sale, and they find a book that was Shana's with underlined quotes, and of course Arya spook.
And it's Scarlet Letter.
She's scared.
They're reading Scarlet Letter, I believe.
Yes. Which of course wasn't that the name?
Yeah,
the thing? Red
Regina
A?
from Easy A
Of course.
and nothing else.
Pen Badgerly in that. Yum.
I love me some Pen Badgerly.
Who doesn't?
I've written Mona comments on how. Oh, I don't know who Mona's talking to here. She comments on how people really like kind of come and go in Rosewood. Maybe to Aria, she says this because
comes
it's
up
like
to the
about
girls,
Shana
yeah.
being gone. Okay, it's all of them. Yeah, because she's like Shana's gone, Ali's back. Oh my god.
She's like, because I think she says something like, wow, Alison's coming back. She should probably read the Scarlet Letter and catch up. She's missed out on a lot. And then she's like, Shana must be back at school in Georgia, right? Where else would she be? And it's like, you sneaky.
Mona,
little
you
thing.
crazy
You
girl.
crazy mama.
You're so crazy.
Then we are at the Deli Rentai.
Deli Rentai.
Pretty little Deli
Rentai.
Rentai. And they are dying and they are lying.
And they're also throwing out a lot of, like, Ali's throwing out some clothes.
And they're probably going to be renting soon with the amount of money they're going to have to spend on lawyers.
You better lawyer up, assholes.
God. Kenneth is calling Alison, and he calls her Al, first of all.
Sweet.
Interesting and cute and sweet.
Alf.
She's putting things, She's putting things in boxes to take to Goodwill. She wants to go back to school. He doesn't want her to go back to school. And I said, don't.
Absolute.
Leave town.
Ali annoyed
buried.
me in this episode. And I know last episode we told her to get buried. And I know we say that every episode. But
Now I'm saying go deeper.
it's going to get worse in this one. She really annoyed me.
Yeah, me too.
Am I PMSy? Because we also are going to record a perfectionist episode later. And I have so many mean things to say about some people on the perfectionist. And I'm like, am I PMSy? Maybe.
If P stands for pretty mama saying shit.
Pretty Mama saying shit. Welcome to the pod.
PMS.
Welcome to PMS. Pretty Mama saying shit.
And saying shit is one word.
saying shit.
Pretty mama saying shit.
Ali says, I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago.
Bitch,
I was like, girl,
put your records on.
put your records on.
Because you're proving to us that you are with all your lies.
Yeah. But yeah, Papa D thinks she should have a fresh start, and absolutely she should. I've written absolutely because I spelt that wrong in my notes, I can see.
Papa D says have fresh
Absolutely
start.
she
yeah,
should.
have fresh start, bitch. I knew she'd get it. I knew to take a second.
Anytime someone talks about Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Yeah, lick my ass, bitch. Anyway. Sound off if you
remember Funny Junk.
That. Well, I think it's like E-Balm. It might have been on E-Balm's World.
Guys.
Is Funny Junk Australian or American?
I don't know.
Because there's a Broad City episode where Alana talks about all this stuff from E-Balm's World, and I'm like, that was on, I know all that from Funny Junk, End of the World.
Kick my dog. Okay. There's so many of them. Now, for me me bringing something up and then walking away.
You can't do Papa Smurf. Can you lick my ass?
Yeah,
if you don't want me to do a lecture about it.
Then we are at we're at Diet House Muffin, and Victoria is mad that the police have dug up her backyard, and Spencer asks what's going on. She's like, look, is Melissa keeping secrets? She's being weird. And she says her only secret was that she was keeping was that she got back with Ren.
Bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
Then Papa Hastings comes in. Oof. Daddy Hastings says...
He's in a suit.
As always. And they're talking about the people with the backyard and stuff, and Spencer's stressed, and he says, try to be relaxed about it. And I said,
that's insane.
Peter. He said to her, wait for Crazy Bread.
People, and look, if he told me to wait for Crazy Bread, I'd wait.
I'll wait forever.
Do whatever you want, doll. He has a coffee and then he leaves.
Vibes.
You vibe.
Me vibes. Having coffee and leaving.
I love having coffee and leaving. I like having coffee and staying. I like chatting.
Having coffee and taking the moment in.
I think I'd say taking a shit.
Often one does lead to the other.
I mean, give it an hour.
As long as I'm eating my kiwi fruits the night before.
Give it an hour, all Ezra.
I've got my kiwi fruits here, and you better believe while we were away for 2 days, all I kept doing was trying to tell people to eat kiwi fruits, and I succeeded. Alan and Holly both ate kiwi fruits. Thank you.
Wow, and I bet they shat like rock stars.
Absolutely. Shouldn't like a rock star.
I was going to do that.
Really?
Vicky Hastes is how I'm referring to. Her name
Victoria Slastings?
Victoria Slastings, Veronica Hastings.
/ Vicky Slace.
Vicky, should call her Vicky Slastes then. I'm losing track. Vicky Slate.
I'm losing
Vicky
it.
Slastes asks if they can hire Toburky for the weekend to clean up the backyard because it's like a demolition site. Because a woman was found buried there like an hour ago.
A woman got buried.
Ago. Literally got buried, bitch. And they're like, can you get Toburky to worky?
Toburky do worky? Question mark?
Surely we've made that pun.
Toburky do worky? I don't know that we
have.
Can
we get Toburky to do worky?
Question. Can we get Toburky to do worky?
Can we get... Well, he has a lot of jobs.
Does Toburky do
worky? Because we know his Joe Berkey, like job.
Toburky, Joe Berkey, carpenturky.
He's Joe Berkey.
Toburky, Joe Berkey.
But is he worky? Is Toburky worky?
Is Toburky worky at his carpenturky?
Or is he just... What's he doing?
Where is he?
It's 7.
Toburky worky.
We've been recording for so long.
And so we should.
Good. Anyway, I don't know if the answer here is no, but Toburky doesn't end up working. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Now I've called it Mona Lucas Den. I don't know where we are.
I don't know, but Lucas believes the kidnapping story that Alison is telling everyone, and Mona tells him that she has proof that it's a lie. And I went, ooh.
He's like, I can't really see her as the devil when I know she's escaped from hell.
And I say that.
The devil could leave hell.
The devil can... Of all people, you think the devil doesn't want to go out and have some fun around town?
The devil needs to go and get a coffee.
The devil founded Rosewood.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
With that amount of pedophiles, only the devil would sign off on this.
The devil is present, omnipresent in Rosewood.
The devil built the roads. The devil made that church bell dong.
Rose equal red. Red equal devil. Hell equal devil. Devil equal egg. Deviled egg.
I just followed your lips. I didn't think egg. I went.
We're like those twins. Run, he's got a gun. Have you seen
just
that?
Like those twins.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's one of the most important things that's ever come out of this country.
It's really important. Run, he's got a gun.
And then they were interviewed by the project.
That's so PLL.
And they were like, can you guys talk without each other? And they're like, yes, we can, but saying at the same time. Wolf, it is so PLL.
It's twin theory, PLL.
So then we go to Emily.
We've got Pool LL.
Emily is talking to Sydney. It's post-ape index. Also, If you watched last episode instead of listening, you saw my fucked close-up video apologizing.
That was so funny.
We can't do ape index until my foot is better because I can't move in certain ways.
Injured ape.
So this injured ape,
Harambe down.
Injured apap, but that's not really how
Oh my
you say
God.
it. Even though it's apap, we know that.
Well,
But I don't give a shit. Go on and say it.
I don't care.
So
Emily
tells Sydney about her problems with Pam, and I was like,
Yeah.
there's problems with Pam?
All
Where is
this
she?
scene is Emily being like, ugh, I'm trying to escape my mum because she's giving me the 3rd degree. And I'm like, give us fucking eyes on Pam. Are there like budget cuts this season to accommodate for Sydney and everyone? Like give me the parents.
Where is Nia Peoples? Was she working on something else?
Where is Nia Peoples?
Horse goes,
I need eyes on Pam.
please.
Also, your mum should give you the 3rd degree.
Yeah.
My God.
Mama.
Stupid.
Then Paige appears and they ignore her and I said, slay.
Slage.
Slade.
My next note is
Okay, important.
Aria, her hat, Spencer, and Hannah all have lunch at a table out the front of the school, ? And that's what I wrote.
I have a quote from an important moment. Hannah says, she does a bit of a monologue, which starts with, I feel like we're lobsters in a tank at a restaurant. And then it trails off to her being like, the lobsters, when you're sitting there and you're trying to pick which one you want to eat and they're just staring back at you and you're kind of thinking, no, they know I want to eat it. And then Spencer just cuts her off and goes, we're not lobsters, relax. And I like that.
That's great. And that's a perfect Hannah Spencer dynamic.
It is. And they're talking, the reason that the lobsters in question are like people being weird to them about Alison.
I've also got a note here saying Spencer gaslights Aria that she shouldn't be paranoid.
Yeah,
Basically, I think Spencer's like, and I think she's just trying to be a good friend, but she's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, Aria should absolutely be paranoid. She killed someone. So, no, Aria, you don't get to have a break.
Also,
you killed Shana. Thank you.
They're talking about someone in class who was saying weird things about Allie. And I don't know who says this, but they say, I just bonked her over the head with a dodgeball. And I said, bonk?
Was that Hannah?
Probably.
Gotta be.
And then Hannah says that, and then Aria goes, Hannah, it's not helping. And she turns to her and she goes, yes, it is.
I love that.
Yes, because you've got to laugh through the pain.
You have to laugh even if you Shan slaughtered.
Come on.
And now tiny violins are haunting you.
In the night.
Who's the fiddler on my freaking roof?
Sean. Alison then goes to send a text to Emily and being like, please call me back. And she's about to send it saying A. And then she's like, maybe I should write listen after that. And I'm like, you dumb bitch. You seriously actually not realizing that you shouldn't do that until after you thought about it?
Surely, and again, I understand that she probably has a new phone. I get it. Suspend my disbelief. I get it. I will suspend that disbelief of mine. I do think her and Emily would have texted by this point. You don't have to sign off an iMessage with your name.
Come on, bitch.
So weird to write A. What a weird little freak.
Don't like it.
Hope she's well.
Hope she's dead. Then Kenneth tells Alison that she has to give some kind of medical test to the police.
So this makes sense because I think on the Dougie episode I brought up like it's weird that Allie hasn't had a medical exam.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how many days it's been, I guess. But truly I thought that would be within the first 24 hours of her being found.
And of course we are in the important phase of the show that goes, everything happens in 1 month.
Each episode is approximately 1 minute of time. This episode takes place over 1 minute in Rosewood.
You didn't know? It's
a Rosewood minute.
A Rosewood minute. Potential title of it.
A Rosewood minute is actually, that is a good title of it.
A Rosewood minute.
It's not Toburky, Joe Burky, we're worky
or that. It probably is that at this point.
I feel like Rosewood minute is kind of accessible. So that's good.
Good. Then Andrew's checking on Spencer.
Oh, and just quickly in this scene, there is sort of a heavy implication that she has been sexually assaulted, I would say. Because it's really tense. He can act. Papa D can act.
We love Kenny.
I can say that. It's a very heartbreaking scene. And eventually she says like, nothing like that happened, Dad.
Yeah.
And you're like, but if you were I truly would be like, you have to, because he was like, if you can't speak to me, you have to speak to someone. You would think the worst has happened.
Of course. Scary. Then Andrew's checking on Spencer and she says she's not popping pills like breath mints anymore. And I say slay. Then Aria's squish bowler
and then she's like, what do you, before we get to the bowler hat, me trying to avoid bowler hat time, not really. Spencer's like, what are you doing tomorrow, Andrew? And Andrew's like, I feel like you're about to tell me. So now Andrew's going to work. And now we're in the computer lab. Yes, Aria's still wearing the bowler. She's committed. She's committed to the bowler.
And it is lit in the soft, cool light of the computer lab. And I said, important culture. And she gets an email from Ezra that's sent to the whole school saying that he's left and he's resigned. And I said, good.
I paused to take a photo of this to be like, oh my God, we can read this out on pod. It was very normal and boring.
Normal. Okay,
that was
great.
fine.
Then she gets a message from someone called Theatre
Girl.
But when it came up, Ali said, what is Theatre Girl? And
You mean Aria said that?
No. When I was watching Ali Sheehan,
Ali. Oh,
was like, what is Theatre Girl? And I was like, it says Theatre
The
Girl.
theater.
The theatre. And
Theater girl would like to chat. And then the messages. And this is a crazy message to just send when you're theater girl. Theater girl said, if it was me, I could never forget. It would haunt me for the rest of my life. And Aria's like,
she's like, who is
gag.
this? And she's
And
like,
then she goes, who is this? And it's like, it's Becky from AP History or something.
Becca. And then she says some other stuff and it's like, come on, Becca.
She was like, I'm talking about Allison. And then
Fuck you.
And then Aria starts watching a funeral service
She
stream.
Googles Shana Fring, first of all. Didn't know her last name was Fring.
Great last name. Shana Fring.
Sounds like she lives in
Go on and say it.
why can't I think of Pawnee? Oh. It took me so long. Pawnee, Indiana, fake town.
I was like, what are you going to say?
Oh my God. Then she finds a video of her funeral service and it's harrowing. She
hallucinates because there's an open casket and Aria hallucinates Shana getting up, I guess. So,
Yeah.
whoa. Crazy.
Then Travis texts Hannah being cute and worrying and a wild Lucas appears.
And then Lucas comes out of the woodwork. Is this crazy that I don't think I knew Lucas was homeschooled this whole time?
Yeah.
Did I know that?
That's not crazy for you to think that, but that's right, he has been.
I've probably we've probably established it, but he was like, I've been homeschooled. I'm like, I kind of just thought Lucas was busy.
I think once he got out of that lake, he was like, school's scary. Maybe?
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that wasn't crazy long ago.
I don't know. I don't know when that was.
It's nice to have Lucas back. Whenever Lucas was in this scene, Dale kept mocking his lines. Just because Brandon? Lucas's delivery is great, but he really I can't do it.
He has a strange voice.
Yeah. Dale could do it quite well.
Go off.
And he asks if Ali is coming back to school, and then Hannah doesn't answer because then Ali calls Hannah to be like, can you come to this medical exam because no one else is picking up?
Yeah.
And also I love that a few scenes ago, Ali was saying to her dad, I'm not I don't want a fresh start. I can't leave my friends. And I'm like, guess what, Ali? Your friends don't want to hang out with you because you lie all the time.
And you've ruined their lives.
And you've put them in a position where their lives are a little bit fucked.
Very fucked.
You fuck?
You fuck.
So no one wants to go to the medical exam with you.
You know what else no one wants? Any more scenes with Emily and fucking Paige.
Why
are we doing this?
Done. They all get lunch.
I'm not even talking about it. Why are we doing this?
Sydney, Emily, and Paige all get lunch.
I don't care.
Measure their ape indexes, probably.
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 What else have they got in common? Swim. That's it. Next.
My next note is Andrew hits on Spencer, lol.
Mine is Spencer has roped Andrew into gardening and for some reason tells him about her mum being stressed about who's in the house more than outside. They see a rodent that's been killed by poison and there's a receipt attached that shows that the rat poison was purchased last week. Ooh, Spencer thinks that her dad rat poisoned Mrs. D.
They were the perfect notes. And I think we really, if I say my notes, we have captured the whole scene.
Yeah.
You captured the important ones.
Go on.
Here are my notes. Hastings shed. Spencer in plaits. Looks cute. Andrew hits on Spencer, lol. He's like, can we take a break? Of course you can. You're doing free labor.
Bitch.
Is what I wrote. Spencer finds a dead opossum. Is that
what was it? I just wrote rodent.
It was really cute. It was bigger than I don't know if it was an opossum. It was very cute. Spencer finds a dead opossum. It's poisoned on a bucket of rat poison. Andrew points out that the receipt is still on it and it was brought last week. How handy. My gosh, I do not keep receipts the way these people do.
Taped to the outside of the box.
And those are my notes.
Important.
But the receipt was just taped fresh to that bucket.
Bucket I rolled in.
I get a receipt, I throw it out.
I throw that shit out. My dad came and bought because I've broken my toe. Immediately I was like, I need a shower chair. And in general, like it's hard for me to bend down even pre this. So I've thought about getting one, but I've been like, it's not justified money wise. And then I was like, this is justified. So my dad brought it over and he and Dougie built it, which is very sweet. And he gave me the receipt folded up as if you need a, I'm like, I'm going to be sitting on this thing nude. I don't need the receipt.
I'm about to get my put on this.
My put and my toot. I don't know what
my
toot
put,
is in
my
this
toot,
situation.
and my good.
Oh, don't you worry about my good.
You would think good would be gut, but
my
is.
Put, my
gooch.
toot, my anut.
Anut.
And my good.
Good.
All right. Then Emily, Spencer and Aria are in Warhouse, and I've written murder girls bond over being murderers.
That was cute.
Yep.
Also, there's like at the lesbi lunch, Emily and Paige are reminiscing and they're having a nice time. Sydney's probably like, these chicks finger banged the shit out of each other.
Each other's
I could not. And my brain was like, you don't deserve to get this sentence out, you piece of shit.
Don't say that about my friend.
And then Mona like stares down Paige. So Paige goes weird. There's at the medical exam, the doctor says to Ali, you have quite powerful lungs, young lady.
And I say, am I right?
Toburky. Imagine podcast over. It's crazy that to me I'm like, that's the end.
And that's the end. No.
Our listeners, dolls are probably like, it's over. But she has powerful lungs, which is good for when you're getting buried all the time.
So he says she's got powerful lungs and she has a wound that...
Big old scar.
Where is it in her body? On her side?
I thought it was on her leg.
I couldn't see where it was exactly. But she has this big scar that clearly is old. And he says, and how'd you get this? She's like, when I fell out of the car, I fell
her leg.
onto like a rock or something. He said, it's clearly healed
It
scar.
is like it's a scar from like, I would say a year ago or something.
Yeah. And she says it's from a rock. And he's like, this looks more like a slice wound from like a knife or something. And she's like, I don't know, maybe there was metal on the rock when I fell out. Like, I didn't see, I was blindfolded.
And then I don't know if it's here or at some point Hannah goes, are we done here? And I'm like, no. The doctor will tell you when you're done. Like, everyone in PLL is always like, are we done here? It's like, the professional will tell you when the session's over.
Have you never been to a doctor in your life?
What the fuck? I've never been like, I'm going to call it.
Okay, well, this has been lovely. I'm off.
I'm not like, are we done here?
Ridiculous.
Also, it's like a police medical exam.
Yeah, it's important.
Ali, we'll get. I guess it's not this bit, but yeah.
Also, the doctor says that she needs to see a trauma counsellor, and I said, yeah.
No shit.
Where is Dr. Sullivan-Ussi?
And I think this is like in the scene. Oh, bring her back.
Does she come back? Baby, come back. Sally,
yeah, I think so. We know she comes back in
PLL Summer School.
Hannah looks cute in this episode.
She does.
Also, I think in this scene, Ali's very resistant to anything the doctor's trying to do. And she's so like, I don't want to talk about it. And it's like, girl, you have to talk about things. It's a criminal case.
Bitch.
So annoying.
Then Victoria back at Diet House Muffin. Victoria reveals to Spencer that when Alison went missing, Jessica came to her and said, I think that Spencer did it and whacked her. And she was going to go to the police. But Peter threatened to tell her husband that they fucked back in the day.
So
you better back off.
And then when they got divorced, it's like when the De Laurenti got divorced, it's like, well, now that blackmail threat is nothing.
All bets are off.
Maybe it's time to kill an opossum and Mrs. D. I was like, who are we talking about again?
Mrs. Dug her up.
Mrs. D.
But they're pointing out like there's still a girl that was dug up. So they maybe Mrs. D still thought that Spencer did that and was going to tell the police. Okay,
Guys,
my daughter's
Spencer
alive.
Didn't kill anyone.
But Spencer did that, and so he killed her, so she wouldn't tell. I don't know.
All Spencer's been doing is fucking sucking, studying,
cucking sometimes.
Cucking.
When she's
looking good.
Looking out that window.
In that chair.
Oh, her cuck chair. As the seasons pass, I just like Bella Swan and Newman.
And like, I wanted to sing a song from Twilight.
You need to know that I've sung that in the writer's room multiple times today.
Good. That's so good. I love that.
Wow. Then Ali tries to make all the girls memorize her story, and Hannah asks what this guy is really from.
Yes. So Ali recorded that whole session and is like, or just had a recording device. I don't really know. I thought she had
She recorded the appointment, I believe.
And she's like, make the girls learn it word for word. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? They don't owe you anything.
If anything, they owe you death.
They
owe you the end of it all.
Ciao.
Ciao, mama. Get buried.
Ciao, mama. Get buried. We will say it every episode. Get buried, bitch.
Bitch.
Merch idea.
What?
Get buried, bitch.
Get buried, bitch. With
in a little
berries.
strawberry. Then Hannah asks where the scar came from, and then a classic Ali line. She's really cryptic, and she's like, "I wish I was blindfolded when I got that scar."
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, no, she is like. At some point, she's like,
once you know something, you cannot know it.
And then, like, I think the scene just cuts out, and I'm so like, Hannah, ask. I would be like, I don't give a fuck, dude. What happened?
What is that?
Who took a knife to your thigh?
I would see this guy and I go, what was that?
What was that?
Then Spencer looks
Spencer's looking up rat poison.
Rotenticide or rotenticide, which made me laugh. Like, I was like, I don't know why that's funny to me, but I didn't know that.
It's funny.
It's funny. And then Ali texts her asking her to call. Ooh. And then I don't know where we are, but Mona scare Paige.
Oh, yeah, I've got Mona stalk Paige 2-car at night.
That's right.
I think we're just on Main Street. We're always on Main Street.
At the Warner Brothers lot. And then
see Dougie in the background going for his walk, getting his steps up.
Sees Dougie in the background with a coffee going, oh, what a beautiful day.
Being like,
oh, what a beautiful night.
Hello, Ashley.
With his makeup on.
Ooh.
His cargo pants and character.
Pretty boy. Mona is trying to get Ali out of town, wants Paige to help. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So a couple episodes ago, I think maybe in the season 5 premiere or the season 4 finale, there was that meeting of the minds.
With like Whore, Zitface, Fudge Man,
Lucas and Co.
Hermie, of course.
Oh, Jesus. And Pigskin, of course, was there. And the titular Pigskin of this scene. My girl
Pigskin.
And so that was like the meeting of the people that hate Ali getting together to make her life hell when she comes back to school or whatever.
I want to go to that meeting so bad.
I'd be like, here's an idea. We bury her. How about
Bitch.
that? Bitch.
Have a blueberry.
Have a blueberry. And then Paige is basically obviously cozying up to Emily again from the other scene earlier. We see that Mona sees that. And then she's basically being like, hey, if you're not on my team, you're against me. It's either me or her.
I would get on Mona's team immediately. I wouldn't fuck with that gorgeous little girl to save my life.
Nope.
I've got Paige tries to eat with a line. She says, did you ever think you'd become the very thing you're afraid of? It's like, I'm like, who cares? Mona became like amazing. Mona became like Shadow Mona.
Yeah.
She ascended to the high heavens. She doesn't give a fuck.
She doesn't give a fuck.
She's not afraid anymore.
She was never afraid.
She's an anti-hero of this show.
She's the star. She's the star. Okay? She's the shooting star.
To quote Taylor Swift, we're always rooting for the anti-hero. It's not really a direct quote. I think Taylor says it's exhausting. But I'm amped up.
To quote Taylor Swift, Mona is a great character and we appreciate her being the anti-hero.
To quote Taylor Swift, who's afraid of little old Mona?
To quote Taylor Swift, I don't know about you, but I am feeling 22.
Run! He's got a gun.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like this is one Rosewood minute at a time. I don't know about you, but I feel like that police officer's a pedophile. Those are the things she said.
I really wanted to do like, you know that Lizzo song where she's like, in a minute, I'm a minute. And I was like, how do I
get Rosewood little minute.
Rosewood minute.
I'm a tell a police officer that I got a scar from a rock.
Aria keeps watching this funeral. No one cares. Ali's looking up hate about herself. Is that on Tumblr?
This is what I was asking. Is this like a Reddit? And I was like, is this her own memorial page that people are now trolling since she's been alive? Or were they always trolling because no one liked her? What is happening here?
Oh, and is there like, right, I didn't know what page this was.
It's not Paige McCall, I'll say that much.
And then Spencer finds her looking at this hate and shuts the laptop.
Good.
Ali says someone messed with her mum's. So there's been a toxicology report for Mama D. Mama. And they found that someone messed with her pills.
So apparently she has low blood pressure or high blood, whatever it is. She has
one of them.
And the pill she was given was for the opposite, so it stopped
And
her
it can
heart.
kill you. That's scary. I didn't like that at all.
Maybe she has low blood pressure and she needs medication to raise her thing, but because if it stopped her heart, then she would have been given one that slowed it down.
Oh, my God.
And also it would make sense that Peter Slastings has high blood pressure.
He would.
He would.
He seems like a high blood pressure kind of guy.
Absolutely.
And then Ali straight out asks if Spencer thinks Daddy Hastings did it.
And I wrote, Spencer, great breath acting. She doesn't say anything. She's just breathing. But every single shot is different breath.
The people in this show are really good at breathing and looking around. Because every scene does end.
Breathing and looking around in every scene.
Because every scene really ends in like a whole minute of non-verbal breathing and looking.
Yeah.
And people are good at it.
People good. Then I've written, otherwise Aria and Ezra's fuck off. And she's talking to him about Shana. And I understand plot-wise, like her friends don't want her to talk about it because they're like, stop talking about it. People can't hear about it. She doesn't have anyone else to vent about it. He's kind of letting her openly talk about it. I get that.
He's captive because he's what, like wounded?
Get out of his house.
Get out of that swamp.
Get out.
Now we're at Warhouse.
Oh, my God.
Paige rocks up. Emily's in a beautiful top. Are they having a dinner party? What's happening?
I don't know.
I thought she was in a dress.
But Paige informs Emily there are people preparing for Alison's return to school, and she warns her, like, I just need you to know there's going to be people and they're going to be mad.
Now, here's where it hits me. And this is very on brand for Pigskin. Paige is a squealer, and I appreciate that. This is like the second time she's squealed. She squealed on the girls going to the cops.
Yep.
And now she's squealing on Mona. I just appreciate the transparency that someone's dibber-dobbing, squealing, being a narc.
Knock it up.
We need someone to stir the pot, and I guess it's Paige.
I guess it is.
Okay, the next scene. No. Hannah's shopping for new clothes.
Oh.
I feel like this is so long. They keep cutting to Hannah and I'm like, I think she's contemplating shoplifting.
Yes. I mean, meanwhile, they always also cut to Aria trying to donate to Shana's church, and she calls them. She's like, can I make a donation? Can I make it anonymously? And it's like, what are you talking about? And then Ezra like makes her hang up the phone over it and can't believe he's the moral high ground here.
Insane. Also, that's crazy that they can't let her
do it
anonymous. I feel like everything's always like
anonymous. But also, you know what?
It's good for the show.
That was pre-GoFundMe maybe. That was like a period of time where you couldn't just click a button and donate some money. He whips out a checkers board and I'm like, well, good distraction.
This was, look.
As we know, I've been really into Connect 4, so I appreciate this.
Exactly. when you take all the context away, you shred it of any strip of any bit of context. Ezra's doing a good job. Without any context. With context, he's a pedophile. I've also written that the top that Aria is wearing would have been very cool at the time. We spoke about this last episode, big sequins on shoulders. I would have coveted this top, and I would have coveted Hannah's look, which now to me is feral. But you know Mandy Line, the costume designer for PLL.
Mama.
Never missed at the time.
Then yes,
she took big fucking swings.
Are we at the Rosewood Mall? Don't know.
I hope we are, but I want eyes on the Rosewood Mall.
Hannah is trying on clothes and looking for something.
Spencer calls her, and then Spencer kind of like yells at Hannah about Ali being annoying.
They argue about the recording.
The recording, which is, I get both sides. I do completely get Spencer like being annoyed at that, but she's yelling at Hannah, and then Hannah goes like, yell at Ali. Like, I'm done being the messenger. And I'm like, Hannah, I feel so bad for Hannah in this episode.
And you know what? This is mirroring probably her parents' divorce, which is when she started stealing, being the messenger, being in the middle.
And that is why this show is one of the greatest shows of all time.
And then she
shoplifts,
We're not endorsing shoplifting, but yay.
Oh.
She wears this little red velvet number under all her clothes. She takes it home.
And then like a floral, like skater skirt. And I'm like, I don't like this now, but I would have worn this to, not the club. I feel like I was out of like my clubbing phase, but into like Laundry Bar on like Brunswick Street and all that, like kind of the grungier places around this time. It was a grungier time. Black milk leggings. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Doc Martens.
Wow.
My next note's Diet House Muffin.
Diet House Muffin. Spencer and Andrew clean up, and she cleans knives and cuts herself with one. And then Peter Slastings comes in. Oh, no, he doesn't come in, sorry. She's like looking for, I think, something, Band-Aids. And she finds pills that are the thing that was in Mrs. D's bloodstream for Papa Hastings.
Which is sloppy work.
Slop. It's slop
It's
city.
slop as. But that's big for Spencer. Also, and it's like late at night and they're doing the dishes. Like, is Andrew getting paid?
No, he
really wanted to smash so
Even though
bad.
she's like, I'm still with a carpenter. Toburky do worky at carpenturky.
Toburky, you need to come back and get your girl. She's not above a cheat. Or does she doesn't cheat when she's in the relationship?
She's only the other woman.
She's only the other woman, and I respect that. Good for her.
Good for her, I guess.
She's 16 or something, whatever.
Speaking of she's just 16, Ezra and Arya play more games, and she's like, can I sleep on the couch? And I'm like,
because
no.
Byron's away with Mike. I'm like, can a parent stay in town?
When the Byron's away, the Arya will play.
And
Checkers.
I don't want to see her play checkers anymore.
No, neither do
I want
I.
Byron to be home and I want to see Byron.
She's going to sleep on his couch. He's like, okay. And he gives her a T-shirt. He's like, this is your favorite, right? And she's like, yeah. And then she's like, actually, I better go home. And I say, good.
And then she longingly stares at him. But leave. You leave.
Proud of you. Proud of you, girl. That's growth. Okay?
Allie.
Then I've written M advises Allie to fuck off. Why'd I say it like that? Fuck off out of Rosewood.
Allie, this scene starts with Allie holding up a fine backpack going, my dad got this for me. And it's a fine backpack.
Because earlier in the episode...
It's a fine backpack and she is bragging about that backpack.
Earlier in the episode, like at the very start of the episode, I believe, he's like, I want you to go to the shops, get anything you want. Like just get some... Because she's like, can I get some... I just need some like pens and pencils and a new backpack.
And he was like, I'll be your sugar daddy and your real daddy.
And your real daddy. And then cut to now, she's got a fine backpack, apparently.
She got it. And yeah, so Emily's like, that backpack is fine and maybe you shouldn't stay in Rosewood.
Get out.
And then Allie is like, you wanted me to come home, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, she says, you wanted me to come home. And I'm like, but you coming home is not the same as you staying in Rosewood. You have to come home to say that you're alive again.
Yeah.
And now you and your family can move somewhere else. And then I just wrote, Allie sucks.
Allie sucks.
I was really over her by this point.
Yeah, me too. Then Spencer admits her fear about Daddy Hastings to Arya, and she's going to sleep over that night, Arya.
Yes.
And Peter Hastings appears, and he's like, "Oh, hi, Arya." And she's like,
he pours himself a whiskey. I'm noting at the moment if he's drinking coffee or whiskey. I'm just noting it.
Those are the only things that touch his lips.
Very diet house.
Apart from other men's wives
and that pretzel.
And that pretzel.
Oof. I need to find some Peter Hastings fanfic.
It's out there. It's got to be. And if it's not, we'll write it.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Then she says, Arya's sleeping over, and he goes like, great.
Cool.
In a way that made me like, lol father that doesn't give a shit that is.
It was. I did love that. I love that because you kind of think it's going to be like, and he's just like, cool, man. And I'm like, that's
like, I don't give a shit.
That was like our house. It was just like, okay.
Welcome to my house.
Baby, take a look. We don't have to go out, but someone does have to go out, and it's Veronica Victoria Hastings. He has sent her to a spa because he says she snapped at the police or something, and like he kept the police from pressing charges. What did she do?
Because they were digging up the backyard and it was stressing her out so much.
And she snapped.
So
I don't believe it.
And she says, don't call her. She just needs some time to cool off. And I fear that potentially Spencer is worrying, oh my God, my dad killed my mama and pretend he not kill her, you know?
And I'm just being like, your dad's hot as hell.
And I'm like, let him do what he wants.
Who cares? Look at him. Look at the guy.
Be what you want to be. Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Then Allie
with those pipes. Then Allie
looks up. I wrote Allie looks at more hate tumblers about her because I didn't know what was happening.
I went Allie looking at the trolls.
She loves it.
And then in brackets, not the movie with JT and Anna Kendrick.
Under my feet, ba-do, dance. I should have started with Can't Stop the Music.
Can't stop the music.
That's from Trolls.
Can't Stop the Music. That's Arya when she's listening to the headphones and hears the violin music.
She's like, stop the fuck. Then there's no A scene again. I guess because the point of these no A scenes is because like Allie's back.
Allie is back. I hate that there's no A scenes in my phone.
I miss the A scenes.
Oh,
I want to see some gloves and a hoodie feeding a bird a message in a bottle or whatever the fuck.
Whoa. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when they when they made Tippy eat a bird. Remember that? Like I just miss A scenes.
Bring it back.
Okay, let's do some seggies, some segments, some seg rolls. Head to our Instagram call.and.adult. Check out our pinned posts where we describe all these things.
Let's go.
All right. Who is the hottest adult of this episode?
Murderous Daddy Hastings. I'm going for him.
Man, Nolan North is doing it for me at the moment.
Papa.
Yeah. He's cutie patoot.
Woo.
Yikes of the episode. Ooh.
Allison making her friends lie. Allison making her friends lie. Allison being a little cunt.
Yeah. Honestly.
Excuse me.
Burp. I think so. Like, just Allie's making me so uncomfortable. Her being at like a medical exam with like not a lot wrong with her. I don't know. It's dark.
She's taking advantage of the
making her
resources of the
dad like her
town.
dad. Your dad thought you were assaulted. Yikes.
Yikes. Big yikes.
Who gets a buttercream from us? Daddy Hastings.
Daddy Hastings gets one.
For being
chill with Arya sleeping over.
cute.
And being cute. Arya gets one because she shan't slaughtered. Ezra can get one for being reasonable and helpful.
Because he'll never get, like, he never gets one, so
one.
he can get one.
And he is recovering.
Get one, bitch.
Get one.
Spencer, because she looked up rodenticide. She did good sleuthing in this episode.
Yes. Andrew, because he helped.
Andrew, because he helped, and he hit on. What I loved about that scene is that he literally like hits on Spencer. Spencer's like, I'm still with the carpenter, and then it's just fine.
And he's like, well,
everyone's
worth
cool,
a shot.
calm and collected. Yeah, he shot his shot.
Woo!
I
would like to give Hannah one because she's stealing again. She's thieving. I would like to give,
and because she was the only one that accompanied Allie to the doctors, even though like set your boundaries.
I would like to give Mona one for doing the Lord's work.
Always.
Lucas for coming back to school.
Lucas, well, I guess everyone just gets.
Everyone except Emily.
Yeah, no, Emily, I'm all good. Sydney can have one. She's been swimming heaps.
Paige can have one for ratting out Allison.
She's a squealer. Pigskin squealer, and I don't hate it. I think I had like one more earnest one, and I've forgotten.
Mama,
I think we've covered
Slastings.
it. She can have one.
She needs one at the treatment centre, wherever she may be.
Oh, the doctor can have one for trying to do his fucking job. These girls yapping. I also want to give a buttercream. This episode will be out a few weeks later, but one of our listeners messaged us today saying it's Emily, who we love.
We
Hello,
love
Emily.
you.
Shout out to you, Emily.
We
You
love
know
you,
who you
Emily.
are. She said today was my birthday and I started the day by eating a buttercream. And she sent us a photo of the buttercream. So obviously I think this comes out 2 or 3 weeks after your birthday, but just know.
Happy birthday to ya. Also, I'm using my buttercream flavoured lip balm over here, so I have a buttercream.
Wow.
Happy birthday, posthumous birthday to you, Emily. Posthumous.
Who needs to wait for Crazy Bread from Noel Khan?
I think
Ali.
Allison needs to wait for all of the crazy bread in the land.
Yeah.
I think that Papa Di Laurenti, Papa Hastings saying just relax about it kind of is a wait for crazy bread moment.
Papa Hastings really needs to wait for Crazy Bread. There's a lot going on.
Even though we love.
Just because he looks good.
I think Paige just being around Emily, wait for crazy bread, get away from her. I think Arya, wait for crazy bread, stop looking up the video of the murder girl who you shan't slaughter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Andrew, don't hit on a woman that has a boyfriend, I guess.
But also good
I
on
don't
you
know,
for
I
as
kinda
soon
like
as
it.
she said no, he let it go, which I
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on.
I like when Andrew's on the scene. He's a great kind of D-list character.
He is. The actor himself is really fun to watch.
He's
on
great.
screen.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Shout out
to you.
King.
Come on the pod.
Come on,
You.
pod, you.
What gave us a hardcover? What made us horn?
Not a lot in this one.
Not a whole lot. Probably just Daddy Hastings for me. Not a whole bunch.
Daddy Hastings and his liquor.
And he's being so naughty.
Cheeky.
I think he killed a woman.
Maybe.
Let him.
Little.
What gave us a soft cover? What made us not hard? Anything in Ezra's apartment?
Yep. Also, Allison lying.
Yeah. Who gets a wine from King Byron?
Okay.
Fish Lips Montgomery.
Arya, you need a wine.
You can have a wine.
You can have a wine. Hannah, you need a couple of wines.
You can have a couple.
Okay. I would like for Emily Fields to have a wine with her mother Pam. I want them to sort through their issues. I want Paige to be
They've
nowhere
been through
near them.
so much together. They had a car fly through their front window and their dad's in the war.
And their dad's in the war with
That's
a
a
heart
lot.
condition.
It's a lot.
Not to mention Emily shoulder Danby, you know.
And Emily killed a man.
Lest we forget, Emily killed a man.
And we didn't forget, we were reminded in this episode.
She Nate slaughtered.
She Nate slaughtered.
So.
She terminated.
Oh! Jesus!
I can't wait for the weekend.
Unfortunately, to have a potential title of ep so late in the game.
No, I want a Rosewood Minute.
All right, well.
But you get to pick because you're the one that puts it out. So
No. The consensus lies in the teamwork. But Terminated, if I could go back and rename that season 2 finale or whatever, and I can, but I won't because it won't make any sense.
It's probably called like
years later.
Hobgoblin Cock. Come on. It's probably called something
It's probably
crazy.
called fucking dog eats shit out of someone's ass at the lighthouse.
At the lighthouse. The lighthouse would be in there. There'd just be a lot of other profanities.
Oh my God.
I think everyone gets a wine, basically.
Except Alison.
Except Ali.
Alison gets nothing. She gets buried.
I hope that Victoria Slastings is having a big glass of Shiraz.
I hope she's at like a hot springs kind of spa where she's just kind of cold, hot plunging.
I want to be sent to a spa.
Oh, I'll send you there. I don't know what that meant.
You'll pay?
I said it like it was a threat.
Please.
Well, I'll send you there.
I'll send you there.
Hey, guys, if you want to send us to a spa, go on. Go on and
join
do
our
it.
Patreon.
Go on and do it.
Everyone join our Patreon and then we can go to a spa.
Send us to a spa.
We'll make a tier that send us to a spa and it's like $1,000 tier. And it's just
we can and we should and we will.
Let's have
Maybe
a crack.
We will.
Let's see if we've got any billionaires.
Send us to a spa like Victoria Slastings. That'll be the tier maybe.
Let's have a crack. Line of the episode.
My favorite was when she's going on about I feel like we're lobsters in a tank at a restaurant. And then she says, we're not lobsters, relax.
Yeah.
I really like that. I also really like Hannah, it's not helping. Yes, it is.
I think that scene this wasn't a funny episode.
I just bonked her over the head with a dodgeball. Pretty good.
I like that. I think that was like one of the only funny scene in the ep.
Yes, I agree.
Like, because it was a really good ep, but I don't have any kind of funny notes. I weirdly want to give line of the ep to Andrew hitting on Spencer.
Go on.
Because
why not? Give it. Come on.
Go on and give it. All right. And that's the ep.
A long one. We love you all. Once again, Brock, thank you so much for our wonderful gifts. Thank you, Bob the Drake Queen.
Bob the Drake Queen.
Thank you to you, Hayley.
Thank you to you, Ash.
What we do without this time we have together.
Truly, during this episode, or like as we were in the last 5 minutes, I'm like, God, this is fun.
It is. We're lucky goyles.
Yeah, this is just so fun.
We're lucky gurgles.
To say dumb things and have people listen and understand those dumb things or really come along for the ride for those dumb things. We're very lucky.
To ruin your lives with phrases like in this town.
In this town. In this town's a great thing to say.
It's an honor, it's a privilege. In this town? In Rosewood Minute?
This is I'll be there in a Rosewood Minute.
Hey, I'm running late.
6 months and I'll be in...
be there in a Rosewood Minute.
I wanted to say like that golf town that Ali went to.
Hilton Head.
Hilton Head. Okay. That's a Rosewood Minute. Ali's night, she disappeared. That's a Rosewood Minute.
That's the Rosewood. Megan, the Rosewood Minute.
That is the Rosewood Minute.
Wow. Okay. Hayley, I love you.
I love you so much. Ash.
Everyone.
Dolls, we love you so much. If you want to send us stuff, let me know. Let our Instagram know and we will create a P.O. box.
Go on and do it.
Because that'd be cool.
It would be
We could
cool.
have it. That's us having a joint mailbox, Ash.
Oh my God. We could send each other secrets.
Exactly.
Can we keep it?
Well, this one you'll save.
The answer's yes.
All right.
Toburky, worky.
Run. He's got a
gun. Listeners, if you didn't know, we actually have a Patreon, which we call the Dollhouse. So come hang out in our dollhouse.
We also have a YouTube channel, so if you want to watch this episode and other episodes, head to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
And you can find all updates at our Instagram or look in the episode show notes.
We love ya.
We love you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Call an Adult. We appreciate you more than Alison appreciates immortality, my darlings. Please give the show some love by giving us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice.
You can stay up to date on episodes by following our Instagram at call.an.adult, as well as our respective Instagrams at Ashley Crapapp and at Hayley Tanto. Have a lovely day, and don't forget, shut your damn blinds! See ya! Call an Adult is recorded on the stolen lands of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land. Sovereignty was never ceded.